Good morning from Arches National Park, Utah. We got in here about 8 o'clock last night. Last time you saw us, we were in Fargo, North Dakota. And here's a little story about how we got here. If you've seen our previous videos, you know that we have recently spent a lot of time in the Fargo, North Dakota area, along with northern Minnesota and the north shore of Lake Superior. What you may not know is that we drove to Fargo from our home in Central Florida for a 3-month work assignment. When that assignment was finished, we packed our bags and set out on a 2-week road trip across 8 states, 6 national parks, backcountry campsites, 4x4 trails, and snow-covered mountain passes. We enjoyed our time in Fargo, but we were looking forward to warmer temps, secluded campsites, and all of the landscape photography opportunities that the West has to offer. After completing some additional modifications to the GX, like an Icon Stage 2 suspension lift, snow-rated off-road tires, a spare tire carrier, and a few more upgrades that we planned to do on the road, we left Fargo and headed west. Almost immediately, we ran into whiteout conditions on the highway. It wasn't even snowing, it was just high winds blowing the snow across the highway to the point where the visibility was so low we nearly pulled over and waited it out. Luckily, after about 2.5 hours, once we got to Bismarck, the weather cleared up and we had nice clear skies for the rest of the drive. We stopped in Dickinson, North Dakota for dinner and pondered our options before we headed south. So we stayed in Dickinson for the night and headed out the next morning. The pin's frozen in place.
That's what happens when you drive through a blizzard in North Dakota.
No.
Moment of truth. Can we get the pin out? It's the next morning. -9 feels like -24.
Time for some tools. Oh. Got it.
Yay!
Didn't even have to get out the torch.
Things certainly don't like to work the same in the extreme temperatures we found. But thank God we can now access our back hatch. Okay, we're gonna eat some breakfast and pack up the room, and we're headed to Custer State Park for the day. I have been loving the snow on the hay bales everywhere we go. I think it's beautiful. So beautiful. Coming up on Mount Rushmore and the Iron Mountain Road on our way towards Custer State Park. We're gonna make sandwiches. Dinner on the road, not fancy at all, but it's quick and no cleanup, and it's our favorite. There we go. Okay, and table. So the table was at a really awesome height, and then we got a lift. So it's still cool, but I'm not that tall, so some of the things are a little taller.
So we're in Cheyenne, Wyoming at the Depot Plaza. We made it here kind of late last night, around 10:30. We left Custer. We cruised through Custer State Park. Saw a little bit of wildlife, didn't see any snow on the ground.
A tiny bit of snow, babe.
Tiny bit.
Tiny bit. But not as much as we were hoping.
Yeah, so we decided to make some good time, some good headway, and head to Cheyenne. That way we'd be in a good position to get through Colorado tomorrow. And we looked up Cheyenne and saw this cool little train depot plaza with all the painted boots, and thought we'd stop by.
There's, how many of them are there?
Like at least 18.
So there's a couple, like 3 right here in the depot that we know of. So really pretty.
Cool looking.
So we made it to Rocky Mountain National Park. It is absolutely lovely out here. The sun is shining. It's very, very bright.
It's what, 32 degrees?
Yeah, no jackets.
And
it's
warm.
Amazing.
Yeah, not a cloud in the sky.
Everyone is looking at us like we're crazy though.
We're gonna go explore as far as we can into the national park. The trail or the road through the park and out the other side is closed for winter. But there's a lot of other stuff open, so we can go explore a little bit. Maybe find some moose. Got some intel from the park ranger, so
they're always so helpful.
We'll go see what we can find.
Yeah, check out this pretty view today. Colorado is really spectacular. All right, Bear Lake Loop. Whew. I'm not used to hiking at these elevations, even with no elevation change. So the trail is completely covered in snow, really deep. So we're walking where everyone else has been walking, but it is also a little unique footing, to say the least. So we're here at Georgetown Lake in Colorado. Check out how pretty this area is. Yeah, so apparently I'm a big fan of Colorado. So we came west out of Denver on I-70 and we're in the White River National Forest area. It's absolutely beautiful out here right now. So we're in Grand Junction, Colorado, headed over to Moab area, Arches National Park, and some of the other national parks in the area. Figured it's a good idea to have a little bit more fuel when we're in that part of the country. Awesome.
Ta-da.
Organization when you're on the road is key so that you both don't lose your mind. He's more organized than I am.
January 2022. We're in Arches National Park, Utah, and we pulled in here last night about 8 o'clock and set up our tent.
So we're here at Arches National Park, and Tim is going to do an install of an ARB air compressor that we picked up. We figured it'd be a nice place to do some work on the rig.
So a small bag, plastic bag of parts for the air compressor fell down right down in here and managed to land inside of the fan shroud underneath the fan. So all attempts so far have been unsuccessful. We're trying a fish hook method. Ta-da!
Woohoo! That's a huge bag.
There was a little hole in it right there. I was able to hook it.
Balanced rock. Check it out. Advice: don't wear your snow boots on this trail.